Good afternoon, Aurora. I hope you liked the small change I made to the entrance there. If it wasn't a clue, Alex isn't here this week, so I'm going to be covering this week's session of Alpha Leaks, and we do have quite a few things to go through. So in terms of what we're kicking off with this week, I'm pleased to announce that Dia and Aurora have partnered to provide integration with virtual chains. This will now mean that builders can start using the service from today, and they join a number of oracles already available on our virtual chains to give chain builders that freedom of choice. Simply go to the marketplace and you'll now see it's visible and ready to incorporate into your existing chain. Outside of that, we've also got an announcement from Sproutly. So they've just launched their NF trees. So not only can you support the planet and the reforestation of trees in the Amazon, which is obviously the huge focus of Sproutly in decarbonisation, but you can also now claim your NF trees using the carbon credits from within the platform. Now, Sproutly is a project I'm personally watching quite carefully. They were not only one of our first incubator projects within Aurora Blocks, but they're also working closely with Aurora across a number of other areas. Their roadmap's pretty interesting, so I definitely suggest looking around, signing up, and having a look at the NF trees that are available there. Moving back over to the partnership side, we have another integration to announce with CredShield. So CredShield are a security provider that specialize within smart contract audits, specifically with their flagship tool called Solidity Scan. This is an AI-powered smart contract security scanner. So with the integration with our virtual chains, our builders can now get instant audit reports, which will, of course, allow them to conduct rapid iteration when it comes to compliance and testing. Aside from that, again, most of you are probably familiar with, if you're active within the ecosystem, is, of course, EgoQuest. EgoQuest have also been busy building and have launched a new mini game called Valhalla. This brings new worlds, challenges, contests. I've actually played the game a few times myself, the other day, I think Tuesday, but I find I keep getting killed in the corners. So if anyone has any ideas on how to get a higher score and win more prizes there, please do let me know. Now, one of the topics that was spoken about in one of the Alpha Leaks with Alex, I think, a few weeks ago was, of course, shade agents. And more importantly, that they can now be used with virtual chains. But there are quite a few questions in terms of what are they, how does it work? And we've now got an article live that goes into detail about how you can leverage those shade agents with AI on both Aurora and Near. But of course, just to answer everybody again, in terms of what are shade agents, I won't get into the tech side of it. You have Alex as a host for that. Plus, I would probably say it wrong. But in a nutshell, most AI agents today operate on centralized servers. So they automate trades, they rebalance portfolios, they might fetch data, but they require users to trust the operator of that server, and that creates a single point of failure. Now, shade agents solve this problem because they're essentially AI-powered agents that live inside TEEs, which stands for Trusted Execution Environments, and they're tied directly to the smart contracts on Near. Now, in the case of virtual chains, builders can fully leverage this functionality now to remove that single centralized point of failure. So if it's of interest to you, or if you're building, please be sure to check it out and read the article in more detail. Now, I just saw a question pop up, actually. What's happening? What special thing coming at Pragma New Delhi? Well, we are actually having a booth at New Delhi on September the 25th. Our partnerships lead, Avinash, will be there. He'll be talking about virtual chains. He'll be talking about our upcoming launchpad, Calyx, and we'll be able to answer any questions in relation to anything anybody else has. So if you are in the area on September the 25th, please make sure that please make sure to give it a visit and to see what we've got going on there. Now, talking of Calyx, the team have obviously been working tirelessly on this over the past few months, finalizing the product. I'm obviously not allowed to discuss yet the inner workings of what Calyx does, how it's special, how it works. But whilst I can't give an exact go live date, I can say that October is going to be a really, really interesting month. So be sure to keep an eye out. There's going to be more conversations around Calyx and more things that are going to be talked about every single week, between now and that build up. Now, Calyx is the product I'm most excited about. My team have been working very hard on this, whether it's marketing, product, making sure that we can find projects that are going to be a good fit. And, what they've built is truly unique. It's going to be completely seamless for projects to be able to launch tokens on any chain or even multi-chain. And we're going to be bringing more and more information on that, in the coming weeks. If you haven't already, check out the website. You can sign up to the waitlist to get more information. But it's going to be a really, really interesting addition, I think, for the whole of the Near ecosystem. Now, talking of kind of Calyx and Near Intents, we hit a massive milestone this week. 1 billion all-time volume has been processed now in Near Intents. Now, given how short a period of time Near Intents has been running, I think this is a huge testament to just how simple and how easy Near Intents has made it to be able to execute swaps, and to be able to deliver. So huge congratulations to the team, to the community, and to everybody that's been involved in Near Intents from its start. Now, I don't have a Twitter post here, but of course, another big piece of news this week was that Aurora backed the Jambo craze by acquiring 1% of the Jambo tokens. Keep an eye on this. Obviously, we're not the only people that have done it. Near have done it, and there's a number of other projects that are backing Jambo and getting in on the hype. There's been a bunch of giveaways that have been happening. I did one myself. In fact, I'm going to be summing up today's call with another competition that's come from within our community, where we'll be selecting the top 3 memes that were shared. And I'm going to be picking the top 3 now on this call, and I'm also going to be picking one, which I'll be giving one of my Jambo NFTs to. So the question is, which ones are the winners? Now, obviously, this is going to be super subjective, but because I'm British, I have a very good sense of humor. So I think I'm going to be able to pick a really good one. So I'm going to go through the entries that have been shared now, and I'm going to pick my top 3. Okay, so we've got 1% Jambo Aurora. Okay. You can't defeat me. I think Alex would appreciate looking so buff. Okay. What else have we got? Aurora's no Jambo. Aurora's cool. Okay, so I'm definitely sensing a theme, which is good because I'm a bit of a nerd and I love a bit of Marvel. I think some of these have been twice. Okay. Just out of curiosity, how many people on the video today are actually holding Jambo? Who chickened out and got rid of it early, and who's still keeping hold? Okay, so I think they are the main suppliers. Well, that looks like my BD. Okay, so the top 3, I think, are going to be this one by Swayam, this one by YHK, and this one by Slade. So if either of you, or if any of you are on the call, we'll reach out to you and ensure that you win the kudos. And in terms of who I'm going to be giving one of my Jambo NFT Lamborghinis to, or Jamborghini, sorry, I'm going to go with this one. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's my choice. All right. Well, look, that is everything, I think, in terms of the updates on my side. I'm going to have a quick look at the questions just to see if I've missed anything out. What do we have? Okay. Does CredShield perform audits of smart contracts? Yes, it does. That was from Yoruba HK. Yes. So the integration and the partnership that we're doing there is designed to integrate directly with not only the virtual chain, but obviously it's smart. You'll be able to leverage their smart contract auditing capabilities as well. Other questions that we've got. What do we have? What special thing coming at Pragma? Well, you'll have to be there to find out. As I said earlier, we do have our partnerships lead. We've got some swag that's being sent out there as well. which I believe is actually quite unique and hasn't been used at any of the events before. And the final question, will Calyx have its own native token in the future? As if I'm going to answer that. I'm not even allowed to answer the inner workings and the product features yet, but keep an eye out. Calyx is definitely going to be the space to watch, with a lot of the work that we've got planned for it and a lot of the upcoming releases. So that's everything from me. It'll be back to Alex and the less interesting theme tune entrance next week. But have a great weekend and have a great week next week, everyone. Take care and goodbye.